Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy K9 Swift back with another video. Today I want to talk about why you should hand feed your dog. So first off, let me get straight to it. Everything I've taught Hustle and Fury, I started off by hand feeding my dog. So to create behaviors, it's easier to do it when you are using food. You know, when you're using toys or trying to force them with a slip lead or a prong collar, forcing dogs to do things, obviously they're not going to want to do it. So you have to start with food because it's ingrained in dogs that if they're hungry, they got to eat. You know, their instincts will kick in. And there's a lot of people out there that will try to start hand feeding their dogs because they're not puppies anymore and they want to try to start creating new behaviors with their dogs. And a lot of the times they think it's not working because the dog is in the habit of just eating out of the bowl all the time. So yeah, you may have to skip a meal here and there so that way your dog realizes he has to eat out your hand. You know, and their instincts are going to kick in. They're not going to starve themselves. They're going to start eating out your hand. So you don't have to do it if you just have a puppy. You can also start doing it with your older dog. Another reason is because it's more opportunities to work with your dog. So if you're feeding your dog 2 times a day in a week, that's 14 times to work with your dog. If you're feeding your dog 3 times a day, say it's a puppy growing up, needs more food, then you're working with your dog 21 times a week. And so there's a lot of dog trainers that say 5 to 10 minutes a day. In reality, working with your dog is a lifestyle. You're training them the whole time, but that 5 to 10 minutes a day will come in handy if you're working with them with their food, because they're going to have more enjoyment out of it and really want to work for it. And that 5 to 10 minutes is actually going to be huge instead of just sitting the bowl down and letting them eat out the bowl. So yeah, that's where 10 to 15 minutes shines, 5 to 10, whatever. You know, dog trainers go by they phrase different phrases to make you feel good about training your dog with not even half an hour. So yeah, another reason is more of a bonding experience. So obviously you don't have to just hand feed your dog at home. You know, you can hand feed your dog at the park, take their food with you if they haven't ate breakfast or dinner, and work with them with their food there. You know, there's so many different ways you can bond with your dog using food in different places, you know, different distractions. Because food, a lot of the times, is a higher value to toys with most dogs. Well, most dogs I've worked with, obviously food is going to be higher than a regular toy. So it's another reason right there. You need to bond with your dog. There's a lot of people out there just sit the bowl down, walk away, and it becomes a routine like playing fetch. Or just over and over and over and over. Your dog's coming and looking up at you when it's time to eat dinner at 6 o'clock. Another reason would be because this is go for like people who overfeed their dogs. They put it in the bowl. So you will know when your dog is actually full. So a dog is not going to keep working for its food when he's full. So a lot of people don't know how much to feed their dog, but if you're hand feeding your dog, you can kind of estimate how much your dog should be eating just by them working for it and eating out of your hand, you know. And plus they're working for the food, so they're less likely to get fat and overweight instead of just having them eat out the bowl and do nothing for it. So that's a big one right there. Another one would be impulse control and food aggression. You know, a lot of people out there are scared that their dog will be food aggressive. But if you're feeding out of your hand, there's no way they can become food aggressive because they're getting it through you. You know, they're not just eating out of a bowl constantly. And maybe the kid will come and run up and try to mess with the dog's bowl. And then, of course, he's going to react because he's been in this routine of just eating out the bowl over and over and over. So some of the kid going to come over, mess with him while he's eating. Of course, he's going to react. He's been in his routine of just eating out the bowl over and over, and nobody came to bug him. But if you're working with your dog and hand feeding them, you can have the whole family hand feed them, you know, and it helps with their impulse control. A lot of dogs want to snatch food out of your hand. So you can teach dogs how to be gentle, getting food, working with your kids, and then kids can take over, do some training with the dog, because now the dog's going to have to work through that kid in order to get food. So yeah, food aggression and the whole family can work with the dog. That's a big reason right there as well. But those are just a couple reasons. Other than that, check you guys later. Deuces.